Good evening. There is breaking news tonight. Former President Jimmy Carter has decided against any further medical treatment and entered home hospice care. Mr. Carter is 98 years old. His decision follows a series of short hospital stays. This weekend, several family members have gathered at the Carter home in Plains, Georgia. A statement released by the Carter Center today announced that Mr. Carter decided to spend his remaining time at home with his family. CBS's Christina Ruffini joins us now from the White House with the latest. Christina, good evening.
Good evening, Adriana. The former president is the longest living U.S. president in American history. He only served one term, but it's his time outside the building behind me that's really defined his later decades, volunteering for Habitat for Humanity and speaking out on social justice issues. He was diagnosed with brain cancer in 2015, which he beat, but started to have a series of health problems in 2019. Now, they stopped him from doing one of his favorite things, which was teaching Sunday school at church. Of course, here in Washington today, President Biden also went to Mass, and Vice President Kamala Harris is overseas, attending an annual conference of diplomats and security officials. That conference was supposed to be mainly focused on Russia and Ukraine, but it's a high-profile meeting on the sidelines between the U.S. and China that's threatening to pull focus.
If Putin thinks he can wait us out, he is badly mistaken.
Speaking in Germany at the Munich Security Conference, Vice President Kamala Harris said if Russia is allowed to succeed in Ukraine, other nations could follow its bloody, brutal example.
Russia has committed crimes against humanity. And I say to all those who have perpetrated these crimes, you will be held to account.
But the longer the war drags on, the harder it will be.
We need to hurry up. We need the speed.
Next week will mark 1 year since Russia's invasion. Ukrainian forces are bracing for a spring assault from Moscow. Already, the Russians have ramped up their artillery strikes at strategic points in the east. Appearing remotely, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned delegates in Germany that delayed support could be deadly.
Courage is what we have. There is enough of it.
But what they don't have is enough ammunition. Ukrainian forces are firing thousands of artillery shells a day, and they're running out.
These are extraordinary times, and therefore we should also look at extraordinary measures.
In Munich, several European leaders have voiced support for finding a way to furnish Ukraine's ammunition needs.
And Christina, on a separate issue in Munich, China's top diplomat Wang Yi called the U.S. shoot-down of its balloon, quote, absurd and hysterical. What do we know about the meeting he had with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken?
Right. This was the first face-to-face meeting since those incidents. A senior State Department official tells CBS News the secretary was frank and direct, immediately bringing up what the U.S. says was a violation of American airspace by that Chinese spy balloon. Blinken gave an interview to CBS's Margaret Brennan.
So one of the things I'm hearing here in Munich is real concern about the surveillance balloon program. I suspect the fact that it's been exposed by us is going to have to cause China to take another look at this.
And that full interview will air tomorrow on Face the Nation. Adriana?
We'll be watching. Christina Ruffini, thank you.